What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy Dtlf, man. Back with another post game as the Lakers drop another game that should have been a victory to the Denver Nuggets, man. 110, 115, unfortunately. This is just all sliding downhill. There needs to be consequences. People need to be held accountable. At the end of the day, these are all wins that they're coming down to the fourth quarter and we're not closing. We're just not finishing. It's ridiculous, man. Yes, the turnover problem has been here all season long. We knew we were going to get this because we have a young team. However, part of it, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but part of it falls squarely on the shoulders of the coaching staff. Why? Because out of timeouts, they're drawing up isolation plays. They're not taking advantage of their mismatches. They're not taking advantage of us having bigger bodies inside to bang down low, a la Brook Lopez / Julius Randle, and the length of Brandon Ingram, who, by the way, I thought was great for 3 quarters tonight. We're not taking advantage of what we can do right, which is push the pace and run and get out on the fast break. When we made the comeback, we keep getting off to slow starts that come back to bite us in the end. All right. Part of this is because people aren't being held accountable. Luke Walton is happy just trotting out a lineup that struggles to score, especially early on, instead of making the proper adjustment and starting Kuzma or Randall or just making some sort of adjustment, or even Clarkson, some kind of scoring punch. How do we have three of our best top four scorers on the team on the bench? I just don't get it. It's insane. Also, I was very upset to find out that Luke Walton didn't even want to sub in Kuzma or Randall or Clarkson when Brandon Ingram got in foul trouble, when Larry Nance got in foul trouble. They had 2 fouls apiece going in, starting in the first quarter, and we still couldn't make the proper rotation moves. I don't know what's up with Luke, honestly. I really don't know. And I thought Kyle Kuzma started the game too passive. And eventually he got assertive again. When he did, good things happened for us. But the thing is, I'm just having trouble with the rotations big time, man. I don't understand why Thomas Bryant isn't getting any minutes at all. Thomas Bryant should have been playing this game because he's a big body who could have battled down low. We got out rebounding so many times. We gave up so many second chance points. Thomas Bryant would have been a big body that could have easily got on the boards. And yes, the refs always screw us over, backwards. I'm not going to beat the dead horse again. The referees played a big part. They got the Nuggets to the free throw line at will, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, we got to look in the mirror and say, you know what? We can't really count on the refs. We can't really count on the refs to make the right calls. So this falls on the preparation, man. This team's not coming out with the sense of urgency that it needs to come out. And again, a lot of that is because of Luke Walton. All right, first of all, he's not the kind of coach that gets in players' faces and pumps them up or gets on their cases. It's rare when you see him get on a player's case. Okay? I feel like he's losing the respect of players like Julius Randle, because when the Lakers went on a run, Julius Randle should have been in the game because he was part of that big run. But he made one mistake and the coach takes him out. We were tied. Mind you, we were tied when he took him out. After that, cute. After that, it was all Denver. But again, part of that was refs just blowing the whistle like they were listening to a Too Short song. But again, people don't like when I talk about the refs, so I'm just going to leave that be. But at the end of the day, you guys saw the game. You know what's up. Bottom line is, this team was depleted. They were missing 2 of their major stars. They were missing Wilson Chandler, who's a major scorer as well. And there just shouldn't be any favoritism. You play the best player combination. At this point, both Julius Randle and Kyle Kuzma need to be starting because Brook Lopez isn't giving his diddly squat. He gave us like 10 points in the first half and then disappears. Typical, We just can't find the right center in this league thus far, but it's just crazy, man. Nance cannot start, period. When he comes in, our offense gets stagnant. He shouldn't even be finishing the games. Great hustler, great rebounder, great slasher. Not even slasher, just great hustle guy. He is basically a rich man's Kenneth Fareed. That's what Larry Nance is. Kenneth Faried is starting by default because their best players are injured. Nance should not start unless our best players were injured. It's just bothering me so bad, and it keeps screwing us over. We haven't won a game, and I know it's only been 2 games, but we haven't really won a game with Larry Nance starting. Why not make changes? Why not hold people accountable? Right? We won more games when Kuzma was starting in that little stretch. I'm just saying, we have to get out to quicker starts, man. We can't. I'm not with this, man. It's just really upsetting me. Yes, Josh Hart had a nice little game. I always love his hustle, grit, and defense. Made a couple of mistakes, but we all did tonight. I thought Lonzo was a lot more aggressive, and then all of a sudden, you know, I feel like his aggression fell off in the second half. I feel like he needs to stay aggressive at all points. But, again, he's a rookie. Not going to go too hard on him. This is tough, man. I feel like last year we started off with more of momentum than this season, and the schedule's only going to get rougher, so I don't know, man. I'm scared for the future now. Honestly, this should have been we should have been at 500 team right now, at least, if not above 500. If the stinking Nuggets, all right, the Nuggets with Jamal Murray, okay, with Emmanuel Mudiay and all these bums who think they're stars every time they play the Lakers. Well, Murray's a pretty nice player, I'll say that. I'll give him that. But, like, all these other guys, Plumlee, all these other weirdos come in and they look like superstars. You know, it's a problem. We have to address it. We're still the doormat team where teams can just clean their feet on us. We can't be that team. We got to change that. And it starts at the top, man. It starts with the coaching staff, and it works its way down to the rotations and then the players and all that. But, honestly, I want to see Magic Johnson and Rob make a move, do something, because this team is starting to get content. It's starting to get content. All right, losing. Like, not happy, but I mean, they're just complacent. Like, oh, well, we lost. 4-game losing streak, so be it. Whatever. No. You got to hold each other accountable. You got to get each other's face, yell. You got to get angry at each other and make each other better. All right? I want to see them be upset at each other. I want to see emotions. Just really upsetting, guys. We have the roster to compete. Especially with all these injuries in the Western Conference, man. We're not taking advantage. And that just really bothers me. We have to take advantage of the other depleted teams especially. We lost to the Kings. We lost to the Nuggets. We're losing to all kinds of depleted teams that we should be. And the reason, see, Jonathan Nelson says we have no leader. The reason we have no leader is because the coaching staff it's not consistent. It's not assigning an assignment to a player. Like, if I'm Luke, I say, okay, Kuzma and Brandon Ingram are scoring leaders. Our defensive leaders have to be KCP and Corey Brewer or whatever. The point is you have to have specific jobs for these players, and you have to assign them properly. You can't let Larry Nance be the starter if he can't give you anything on the offensive side, and you're going to get stagnant. It's just crazy. We don't have a closer because the coaching staff doesn't let us have a closer. When Kuzma tries to become that guy, they scold him and bench him. You know, Brandon Ingram, I see him get too passive when he can easily get to the rack and finish. It's just crazy, right? It's insane, man. It's just insane the way that if you have a horrible coach, I guarantee you any other coach would have assignments for these players, and they'd have them playing their proper roles and playing to their full potential. Players have to feel like you believe in them. Kuzma has been getting scolded all season long for doing the one thing he knows how to do best, which is score. And he also play makes when he gets chances. The thing is, I don't think he's a selfish player, and yet Luke's treating him like as if he was, when there's other players like KCP who just throw up anything and get away with it because they're a little bit older. It's just too much favoritism, man. Too much favoritism, man. I don't know. What do you guys think, man? I'm going to hit up the comment section, see what you guys think right now. Let me know how you guys feel, man, because this is crazy. This team is way more... You guys... I'm sure you guys see the same potential I did coming into the season. Mark Jackson. I don't like Kuzma is coming off the bench. He's not a bench player. Nance is a bench player. Agreed. Kuzma always passing because of Luke. Yeah, man. I feel like he's taking away his aggressiveness. Man, this game has me depressed. I need one day off. And we play again tomorrow, so no days off. No days off for you, buddy. D'Antoni will be perfect for this team. Man, we need... D'Antoni didn't coach defense. Yeah, D'Antoni needs that kind of shooting team to be successful. He's perfect where he's at. Magic regrets trading D'Lo. Why? Why? That's not going to help anything. Like, D'Lo scoring was good, But under Luke Walton, he probably would have wanted him playmaking anyway. Same thing he's doing with all the other scorers we have. So it is what it is. We have the same production in Kuzma, if not more. So please don't ever mention D'Angelo. This is one player is not the solution, man. Unless it's a star player, one player is not the solution. What we need is the coaching staff to step it up big time. Honestly. Yeah, and D'Lo is also injured. That's another good point. Can we fire Luke Walton? Yes, we can. But will they fire Luke Walton? Somebody was telling me that Magic Johnson and Rob are the same for sitting on their hands and not firing Luke Walton. But what my reply to them, and this is a great point, guys, just hear me out. If we proceed to fire Luke Walton, who's well respected around the league, who players seem to gravitate towards, not our players, but other players. He always seems to be having all these conversations, right? With players and smiling and stuff. It's going to make us look like the Memphis Grizzlies. All right, like we're an unstable franchise. That is not what you want going into free agency. So we have to be patient and we have to wait. Unfortunately, we have to wait this out. Hope that Luke stops becoming a stubborn coach and starts, starting the right people and just making the proper rotations at the right times. Somebody mentioned this in the comment section the other day. They said, Luke is not an on-the-fly type coach, right? He has his set rotations and his minutes. Yeah, I see that. No matter, it doesn't matter who's hot, he takes them out if their minutes are up. And you can't do that. You got to, in this league, you have to coach on the fly, which means if a player's hot, you got to roll with him, right? And so on and so forth. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We gave Luke Walton a pass last year, but not anymore, not this year. Man, I just made my point. If we fire him right now, it's going to look bad on free agency, man. It might set us back a year or two. So we might have to rock with him unless a free agent comes with demands like saying, I want this coach. What can the fans do to get rid of Luke? Nothing, man. There's nothing we can do. Trust me. At the end of the day, the front office knows what they're doing. I trust them. I still trust them. You know what? I still believe if we turn things around and just make the proper rotations, we could be a playoff team, Luis Campos. So if you're, one of these fair weather fans that's gonna make fun of the team when they're doing bad, then you're not a real Laker fan. Real Laker fans don't just show up and cheer for the team when they're doing good and then disappear when they're doing bad. No, we gotta always cheer for the team. I'm still proud of this team. They have made tremendous strides, especially defensively. Young players are stepping up. The thing is, the veterans aren't really stepping up. KCP wasn't even in to finish the game, meaning his offense is not consistent. You can't count on him. Same thing with Brook Lopez. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I wouldn't say we suck. I'm telling you, man. It's all about personnel, rotations, coaching. It all matters. People say coaching is not the problem, man. You got to look a little bit closer. There's so many things they could do better to put us in better positions to finish these games out. Timeouts that should have been called. Substitutions that shouldn't have been made and stuff like that. Luke never rides with the team that brings us back. That bothers me. Don't break it if it ain't. I'm sorry. Don't fix it if it ain't broken. Think about that. Julius Randle was out there with Josh Hart, with Jordan Clarkson, Kyle Kuzma, and I forgot who the fifth one was, but they were out there and they were doing damage. All of a sudden, Julius Randle makes one bad decision, right? He falls, loses the ball, and here comes Luke. Just subbing in a whole different lineup. We lose the momentum, we lose the game. Things like that, man. Things like that, it just ticks me off. And we play again tomorrow. Who do we play again tomorrow? You guys know who we play tomorrow. It's not going to be pretty, man, if we lose again tomorrow. I'm telling you this. Yeah, there's a lot of politics in basketball. I agree with that, bro. There's a lot of politics. Yeah, we play the Rockets, man. That's going to be tough. And I still believe in this team, man. Everybody's saying Rockets by 40. Adam, you were saying the Warriors were going to blow us out, and we damn near took that team. So you guys shouldn't really be talking like that about the Lakers, man. Damn, that's why Luke got to go. Don't tell me. I'm telling you, I'm all for getting a new coach. But the problem is, you guys saw what happened with Fizdale when he got fired by Memphis. They were negative, and they have 2 All-Stars. All right? It's going to look worse if we fire a coach and we have no All-Stars, and our team's actually being competitive every other game. I'm telling you, man, NBA free agents, they don't like that. They like to see stability. Whether you win or lose, they want to see stability. That's the bigger picture. That is the bigger picture. Now, what Magic could do is he could come down from the top and he could tell Luke, look, listen, you got to start Kuzma, and there's certain things you're not doing right that I think you can do better. And maybe then we'll see changes. But Magic did say he was going to stay away from, the coaching aspect. So if he's a man of his word, we might not see a change till like February, sadly. Dan, I don't see Julius staying in LA with Luke coaching unless the money is so good. I agree, and that's sad. I thought you said be patient, though. Can't have it both ways. No, I'm being patient. I'm being realistic. I'm scolding the coaching staff and all that, but I'm not saying, trade the whole team away. That's being impatient. You guys are too critical of me, man. I speak the truth. I'm telling you guys one thing right now. Being patient doesn't mean keep silent, and allow for mediocre basketball to go unnoticed. No, you got to call it out. I'm still cheering for this team. I'm patient. If I was impatient, I'd probably jump on another team. I am the definition of patience. Trust me. Now, getting upset is one thing. It has nothing to do with patience. You can get upset all you want. You got to ride or die with this team no matter what, Seb. And everybody else, too. That goes for everybody that's talking, head about the Lakers and saying, we're going to get blown out by 40. Look, listen. Don't matter. Even if we haven't got blown out by 40 all season long. Right? The Clippers were the biggest margin of defeat. And that was just one game. We've been competitive. You got to be proud of that. Now, we just haven't been closing games. And again, part of that is because we don't have established roles. And who does that fall on? And that's on the coaching staff. Period. Dan, what can you take positive from this game? There's a lot of positives from this game. First of all, I do like that in the first half, Lonzo was way more aggressive, and he continues to find new ways of scoring. The way he gets in the lane, finishing with a teardrop. He's trying to finish through contact and stuff like that. His three seems a little bit more fluid. Therefore, that's very encouraging. Brandon Ingram continues to stay aggressive, and the Stu Land said it best, during the telecast. He was like, I think he just figured out he's unstoppable. Like, Brandon Ingram now knows. That's a huge unlock, right? That's like upgrading from like a Mazda RX-8 to a Corvette. All of a sudden you're driving a better car. It's better. So my point is, Brandon Ingram from the moment he took KD and outplayed him here at home, he found out, hey, why can't I do this every night? So I feel like this is just a turning point for Brandon. Another upside is our bench continues to play, marvelous. Julius, Clarkson, and Kuzma continue to shine. There's nothing you can be mad at that. The youth is playing good. It's the veterans that aren't coming through. These veterans that were supposed to come through and help lead this team to victories. That's why we're leading victories. That's another reason why, But the main reason is that the coaching has not been on point. It has been inconsistent. All right, Luke Walton when he started the season, he should have been. Everybody knew Kuzma should have started based on Summer League. He claimed he was going to reward the better player. So far, that hasn't been the case. It's been Larry Nance, and it just hasn't worked out, and there hasn't been any adjustment. So it bothers me, but there's nothing we can do but just sit and be patient. Everybody's tired of losing, but like I've been saying, we got to be patient. It sucks. It truly sucks. These are all winnable games. These last these last 6 out of 9 games have been winnable. And we haven't sealed the deal. Partially because we don't have that veteran star yet, but another reason is because roles aren't defined yet. Like, we don't know who on the team that was coached when we had Kobe Bryant. We knew Kobe was getting the ball. We even knew Gasol was secondary to Kobe. We knew the pecking order. On this team, we don't know the pecking order. That bothers me, right? By now, we should know the pecking order. It should be Kuzma and Brandon Ingram should be the first and second options either way. One night, whoever's having a better night, that should be A, and the other one should be B. Simple as that. And then, we should know every assignment should be defined, but it's not. And we're already like 21 games into the season. What is the coaching staff doing? You're supposed to define these roles since preseason, since Summer League, since preseason, early on. So what can we say, man? The coaching hasn't been on point. The veteran leadership hasn't been great. Lil Dang was trash since last season. KCP has been inconsistent. Brook Lopez has been irrelevant. So you need veterans to step up as well in order to, for your young team to learn how to win. Dan, why do you think Star wants to come to the team that is losing? Because they might be the final piece. They might be one of the missing pieces to a bigger puzzle. You have to see the bigger picture, man. It's not about who you are now. It's about who you're going to become. As long as we show potential, then we have a chance at signing free agents. Also, our front office is a lot more stable than it was when we had Genie and Jim Buss arguing at the top. Nobody wants to join that. You understand? So my point is we have a lot more reasons. A brand new training facility, beautiful city. We have future star players like Kuzma and Brandon Ingram with Lonzo Ball. And we have, the ability to go out and get any coach we want. This is LA. Not a lot of coaches turn down LA. So there's a lot of reasons for them to come. And there's nothing that, any hater can say or do about it. Now, nothing's guaranteed. I'm not going to sit here and say, we're going to get this player for sure or that player for sure. Nothing's guaranteed until it happens. Bless you, baby. Nothing's guaranteed till it actually happens. And so, therefore, I can't sit here and gloat. Be like, ugh. But I will say this. The games that are extremely crucial, are the ones that are nationally televised and the ones where we play players that have future free agents in the making. Guys like Kevin Durant, guys like Paul George, guys like DeMarcus Cousins, LeBron. Because everybody might scoff at that right now because the Warriors look all fine and dandy. But a year from now, when we're sitting, during the summer, when we're sitting here, things change, in an instant. So that's all I got to say, man. If LeBron comes to LA, will Lou follow? Lou who? Tyronn Lue? No. Come on, man. They're not that close. Dan, I don't think we'll get Cousins because the Pelicans are doing good and we're not. Well, you think it's not just about who's doing good. Cousins in New Orleans, how far can they make it with him and Anthony Davis? First off, Anthony Davis is always injured. That's number one. Secondly, they don't have any secondary and third type stars that can help them. You need like 3 or 4 type guys to carry you to a championship run. Now, if DeMarcus doesn't care about that and he's comfortable in New Orleans and he's, established a great relationship with the coaching staff and with, with Anthony Davis, then yeah, maybe he might not come. But honestly, I do know this. DeMarcus Cousins in an interview, when they asked him who he grew up watching, was the Lakers. So he has that in the back of his mind. See, if once your favorite team, always your favorite team, whether you say it or not out loud. That's one thing we got going for us. Magic Johnson's a great player to play for. A lot of players will come just because of Magic. I'm telling you right now, whether you guys like him or not. We got the city to sell. We got a future. The Pelicans in the now, they're a above average team, right? With 2 superstars and a bunch of players that are always injured. So we have something to sell for the present and for the future, especially if we land Paul George. If we get Paul George, then we can have him. Let's say day one of free agency, the Lakers pick up the phone and they call Paul George's agent and they seal the deal, right? Verbal agreement. Then we can get Paul George to come to the meetings, sit there, and help recruit DeMarcus Cousins. Now imagine having Paul George to my left and Lonzo Ball to my right, and asking DeMarcus what kind of coach he would like, or maybe he likes Luke Walton. I don't know. So you're sitting there, Magic Johnson. Now you're sitting pretty with Lonzo Ball to your right. He's going to get you the ball, DeMarcus, inside. And now you got, Paul George, a sidekick that could take some offensive pressure off of you. That way you don't have to come here and feel like you have to carry the city by yourself. Now you're talking. So things change, guys. I'm not saying it's going to happen like that. For all we know, DeMarcus Cousins could end up in Washington. He always wanted to play with John Wall. That's a possibility. There's so many possibilities. He could end up anywhere. Honestly, DeMarcus Cousins could end up in Cleveland. They could literally go out and trade that probably top pick for him if Anthony Davis keeps getting injured and try to rebuild again, right? And they can go out and trade Anthony Davis to the Boston Celtics and get like an overhaul overnight. So anything's possible. Things always happen. All right, we're not gonna be sitting in this position by summertime. Maybe, who knows? Maybe we get on a win streak. Still possible. And, we are looking a lot better to free agents by the end of the season. Maybe somebody rises, like it could be Brandon Ingram. I mean, lately he's starting to play a lot better. They can rise and become star of our team and help us even make a bigger sales pitch. So it is what it is. People that claim that somebody's not coming or somebody is coming. They don't know anything. Magic doesn't even know it. You know, I don't even think those players know it. Right now, each player is focused on their current season. And do they tune in, and is it in the back of their mind? Yes. But nothing's official till it's official, man. We just got to chill out. Be patient. We have a bright future. We have a super bright future. It might not look that way right now, but if you look at the bigger picture, you see our players, how they're producing. How many of us expected Kyle Kuzma to come in and produce like this? I know I didn't. I didn't think Kyle Kuzma was this kind of player, especially since year one. That's already a major win for us this season. That's major. How many of us thought Brandon Ingram was going to live up to the hype, you know, come into the season? I did. You know, and so far he's living up to the hype. Sure, it took him maybe 15 games to start, you know, filling into that role, but he's been showing flashes all along, you know. Lonzo Ball's starting to come along nicely as well. Jordan Clarkson is a candidate for 6th Man of the Year. Same thing with Julius Randle. At the end of the day, why are we so upset? Why are we giving up on this team? I'm not. You know, no matter what you guys think, no matter how many losses we get, at the end of the day, we're doing good for the future and for the now. We're competing every single game, and in the future, we're going to be winning these games. Put yourself in the position the team is right now. All right, subtract a couple of players and just add a couple of stars, and now we're looking really, really good. Now, things change overnight. Look at Boston. They were losing. Paul Pierce wanted to trade. What did they do? They went out. They got him a couple of stars in one summer. They won a championship same year. So, you know, everything changes from here to then. One thing's for sure, we are set up for success. For the now and for the future. All right? Currently, like I said, our team is looking really attractive to free agents. The Sixers are looking equally as attractive. The Sixers are probably going to be our biggest competition for major stars. What advantage do we have? The big market and the city. Sure, Philly's a pretty decent market itself, but where would you rather live? In the cold or in the nice warmth? All kinds of things factor into it, guys. At the end of the day, we'll see what happens. We can't really say too much, but I hate the Celtics. Why you bring them up, Dan? Because there's so many possibilities in this league. You got to be a realist, man, whether you hate them or love them. Don't matter. I hate them as well, but I respect them. And they have the possibility of landing Anthony Davis. That's a rumor that's been going on for a while. If the Pelicans right now aren't as good as people are making them out to be. They're really sitting in no man's land. If they even make the playoffs, which is going to be like one of the bottom seeds, like anywhere between 5 through 8, they're not going to be a top 14. And they're going to get eliminated first round. You know, they don't get a high draft pick. And DeMarcus could walk. So they're like in no man's land. Their best bet, you know, is to trade away Anthony Davis and get an overhaul for him. I'm talking Jason Tatum, Al Horford, future first round pick. They could do that with Boston. That's why I bring up Boston. That's just one option, though. You know, same thing with DeMarcus. If they feel he's gonna walk, you know, and Cleveland wants to make one final push for the championship before LeBron walks as well, then they can get that draft pick from the Brooklyn Nets, who haven't been that great this year, and you know, add that along with Jason Tatum. Like, there's so many options. You got to think like a GM, you know. So phone calls are constantly being made, even right now. And some trades don't materialize till like the summer. Some during the, you know, the trade deadline. Some even as early as late December. But the bottom line is anything's possible, guys. I know right now we've been losing games we're supposed to be winning. Our future's still as bright as ever. I'm happy for our future. I'm not happy we're losing these games. All right, I'm devastated because these are winnable games. We'd look so much better if we were winning these games, guaranteed. But you can't be a knee-jerk reaction type fan where, oh, they lost, they suck. Oh, now we're gonna get blown out every game. Oh, you know, those kind of fans are the worst kind of fans. They're fair weather fans. They claim to be the greatest Laker fans in the world when the Lakers are winning, but they're so negative when they're losing. They want everybody traded, everybody fired. You can't do that, man. You know? You can't do that, period. If you want to be an actual good fan, a loyal, faithful fan, you got to see the bigger picture. You have to chill, let Magic and Rob do their thing. I'm sure they're working phones as we speak. I'm sure they are. But like I said, trades aren't one-way streets. They both teams have to agree. And sometimes the other teams, they have cold feet till like they start struggling as well, or they see something else. Then they make the trade. Sometimes it takes a month, 2 months, sometimes even till the trade deadline. So we'll see, man. We will see. But the potential is there. Again, if free agents don't even give us meetings this summer, all right, then that'll really shock me. But we're at least going to get their ear. I guarantee it. That's one thing we are gonna have. We're gonna get top tier free agents here. We're gonna get them in here. We're gonna pitch, the future. That's what we gotta pitch to them, and the present. How we're gonna compete now and moving forward, and who are gonna be the focal points of the team. Who's up for trade if need be. All this stuff has to be discussed. Free agents nowadays, they want to win. So when you bring them in here, yeah, you can sell the city and all that, but leave that for the end. First, you want to talk X's and O's. Then, if they seem invested, then you can start talking marketing, Space Jams 3, whatever, 2. Now you can start talking about the palm trees and the beaches and all this stuff, right? And the brand new practice facility, all this stuff. We have plenty under our belt, I'm sure. But just they want to know we have a bright future, and we do. Honestly, we do. If anybody can't see the future we have is bright, then I'm sorry, man, but then you're just a fair weather basketball fan, and you're only happy when the team wins and immediate. You're in for the immediate success. You're not in for the long term, right? You're not invested into the future. That's all I gotta say. So anybody who's hating, man, that's up to y'all. But y'all gonna miss out on the future, And I remember a lot of you guys' names. So people that be talking smack about the Lakers when they're down, I remember, because later on I know these are gonna be the people that are bragging, talking about they're the greatest Laker fans and they're so proud. I know, but I'm never gonna forget. The people that are saying stuff like, "Oh, I'm a Warriors fan now," or "Oh," people that are saying stuff like that bothers me. It irks me because we are the best fan base in the world, and we gotta show it even when we're down. That's all I gotta say. Any questions before I get off? Hit me up. Let me know, man. I always enjoy talking to you guys, fam, even when we lose. That's right. There you go, Gregory. That's the spirit. Laker fan for life, bruh. Remember my name, G. Giving quality for life. Yeah, just don't be negative. I'm telling you. Stay loyal. I was with Randall when people were hating on him and wanted to trade him. Look, Randall found a defined role off the bench, and he's been great. But before that, he was very, very sloppy. Okay? Let's just be real. Love the kid Randall, though. If he can stay off the bench, I'd love to have him long term. If he can't, and he wants to start, that's Kuzma's spot at the 4, man. Kuzma's a perfect power forward to play the 4 position, who's going to stretch the floor and do all kinds of stuff. So he's not going to get that spot here, man, honestly. And, I'm going to wish him the best. But if he does decide to leave, I hope we trade him and get a first-round pick, and or get something out of him. It seems to me like Luke's coaching and basketball IQ is low. I know, right? For as much as they promoted him and how bright his future is, I don't know. I haven't seen it thus far, but I agree. We're playing good, just got to finish games. Yep. Well, I don't know if you can call 21 turnovers good, but yeah, we got to clean up, man. Definitely got to clean up. WTF is Kyle getting benched from is shooting too much, but Jordan Clarkson ball hog way more. I don't know, man. That's a good question. Loyal fans is 95. Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones. Hey, I see you, bro. Why is Antoine Jamison a scout for the Lakers when they will learn they need shooters? When will they learn they need shooters? They know they need shooters, but I'm sure that we haven't got the right deal to come along. But I believe in this team, man. I believe in the front office. I think they'll make the right move when the time comes. Dan, who is the leader of this team? I don't see one. I think Brandon Ingram is starting to rise to the occasion. I just feel like Luke Walton doesn't isolate him as much as he should. And I think he needs to read a little bit better when he gets doubled, make a play for another teammate. But I love it. Rookie of the month on the bench. WTH, not starting. Yeah, man, that's coaching for you. We need positivity, Dan, despite the loss. Loyal Laker fan for life. That's right, Nelson. That's the spirit, bro, honestly. I'm still proud of this team. I don't care if we go 10 games under 500. I'm watching the strides, and I can tell you guys our future is bright. And it's going to come sooner than later. I think by 2018, we're going to be one of the better teams in the league. Don't you think Murray was showboating at the end? Yeah, he's a jerk. But you know what? Karma, bro. I wouldn't be shocked if something happens to him. If he showboated around the wrong person, he's going to get clapped. That's all I got to say. Dan, did you see my message a minute ago, bro? I'm a loyal Laker fan. No, I didn't see it, man, but I believe you, Arthur. I see you here all the time, bro, and we've had some good conversations, so I appreciate you, my brother. Keep being a loyal Laker fan, man. We need more like you. They booed as they showed some guy on the Videotron. Luke is stunting the player's development. Yeah, man, I feel it, Kevin King. Look, man, it bothered me when Luke pulled Kyle Kuzma out a couple of games ago when he was 4 for 4, and he scolded him for something, and I felt like it took away some of his aggression. But I hope he keeps talking to Kobe, because that's gonna help him. Kobe made it through a couple of coaches, and he was the last one standing tall. So Lonzo looks like game is slower for him. He looks better, man, honestly, especially offensively. He's starting to look better. It's coming along. I really like the way he runs the team. That's my favorite thing for him. He's our Jason Kidd, in my opinion. But we'll see. He's got to keep improving. Then you should live stream for the halftime. I enjoy your show, bro. I'm going to try it, bro, when I get a chance. But again, I always have family over or friends. So I feel like I can't really. I want to give you guys full attention, and I don't want to be, like, excluding them as well. But whenever I get a chance, I will. I appreciate it, Albert. Thank you, bro. I will, always, man. Laker Nation, stand up, no matter what. Keep the faith just like a real fan, my man. Dan, that's right. AD, man. It's not hard to keep the faith, especially when you see flashes of greatness. It's coming, man. There was a point in the third quarter when Brandon was just attacking. He looked invincible. I was like, man, this kid's going to be a superstar one day, guaranteed. I tweeted it out. Follow me on Twitter if you don't believe me. But I see something really, really bright in Brandon and Kyle Kuzma equally. Kyle Kuzma has all the tools, man. He has all the tools. He did like a drop, spin, pivot foot move. He like hooked it right over the defender. I was like, wow. And hey, Shane, if you think there's no greatness on the Lakers, look a little bit closer, man. The first season Kobe Bryant played, he didn't average 10 points, right? Look it up. You know, second season, he increased a little bit, and he kept increasing from there on out. Same thing's happening with Brandon Ingram, man. It's happening. When's the next track coming out? Oh, bro. We have all the tracks complete, but me and Demi just recently got jobs, so we're gonna start working a lot. So pretty soon we're gonna drop another music video for one of the songs we have. I don't know if you saw at the end of the last music video, it said to be continued. That's the one, man. It's called Undisputed, so stay tuned for that. I think my boy Demi already dropped it on his channel if you want a sneak peek, but it's not the music video, it's just the track. So go check that out on Demi Gold's channel. Demi Gold, the Wise. Dan, all you need is a suit and you're ready for ESPN or Lake Show. Man, trust me, bro. If they hit me up, I'm ready, man. I got a suit and it's ready to go, man. Dan, where do you work so I can visit? Well, I just recently got a job at well, I can't really say, you know, it's an undisclosed location, but it's at a Toys R Us factory, so. And it's pretty cool. Dude, not having Dan after these awful games is so bad. I don't know what you're talking about, bro, but I'm right here. Kobe was better coach than Walton. Yeah, Kobe knows the game inside and out. Unfortunately for Kobe, though, he claims to be impatient and doesn't really want to make time for the youth. But it's okay, man. He already gave us everything. We can't really ask for nothing else from him. KB24. I hate how Lonzo sits so long. Come on, Adam. This guy, Adam said, Dan, I'm in your closet. Kobe over Walton in coaching. At least D'Angelo helped us win games. Not really. I mean, he probably won like 2 games for us in his career. The one versus the Brooklyn Nets and the one at the end of his career here with the Lakers last game. But that's about it, man. He would shoot us into games and out of games as well when he was cold. So I remember people used to trash him, so I'm not even tripping on that. Dan, it's hard for me watching my beloved Lakers losing these games when I saw Magic's 5 championships and Kobe's 5 championships, but I'm a Laker for life. Gregory, it's all going to be worth it, man. There's beauty in the struggle, bro. We have to go through it again. It happens every so often. You can't dominate forever. But you know what? History repeats itself. We're on our way back up right now. We already hit rock bottom. Last season was rock bottom. We're on the way back up. Slowly but surely, we're ascending, man. I'm happy, guys. Overall, I'm happy with the youth. The youth is our future. Other people can be traded. You know, if KCP is not consistent, he can be traded before his contract is up. Maybe we land a first-round pick, a late first, or maybe a second, and an expiring contract. Brook got to go, in my opinion, man. Brook can't even finish games, which tells you he's been a non-factor. So we got him. He was supposed to be our veteran leader, and he has been something really bad. So, and inconsistent. So he can be traded at the trade deadline. There's moves to be had. So there's still a lot of excitement left in this season. I'm still hyped. I'm ready to see what Magic. I'm ready to see Magic work his magic and Rob do his thing, man. So let's just keep up the optimism and the hope up. Can you imagine Laker fans watching these games and go straight to bed? At least, Dan, you give us hope. Man, that's what I'm here for, man. Honestly, I'm a very positive individual, but I'm a realist. I'm not going to sell you wolf tickets, you know. What I'm telling you is we have a bright future. Am I telling you we're going to win the championship next season? No. Am I telling you I guarantee we're going to land superstars? No. But I'm saying I guarantee there's a high chance of all that. Not the championship part. Maybe not, unless something magical happens, which can happen. But what I am saying is we have a chance to be great in the near future. And we're building a perfect foundation. That's what we have, man. That's what we have. Dtlf, you popping, bro, with all these stalkers. I know, right? But you know what? Laker fans don't creep me out, man. Laker fans are just chill, bro. I wouldn't mind hanging out with a couple of them. Kobe Bryant, don't say that, brother. He said, I'm on suicide watch every time we lose the games. Long season, man. Things can turn around quickly. Hang in there. Keep your head held high. Hopes up. I still have hopes, man. Anything can happen. Make the Lakers great against Donald Trump. What are you talking about? Oh, make the Lakers great again, Donald Trump. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I can't even tell how good this team is because of the bad coaching. This team has a lot of potential. We should easily be at least at 500 right now. But, yes, the coaching has been atrocious thus far. And even then, the Lakers have managed to stay close every single game. Therefore, you got to be happy for that. You know, all we wanted is competing. Like I said, I did a poll in the beginning of the season. I asked fans what they wanted. Playoffs, or do they prefer the youth to shine? And they said youth, right? And they should, because that's the most important thing. Playoffs, you make it there, and what if you get swept, you know, in the first round, which might happen with a young team? Then there's no point other than the fact that you got playoff experience. But if the youth is developing and, you know, they're getting better and better, then when we do get that star or two, now we can make a real push. Now we can talk about, you know, we're on the map. That's all I got to say, you know. The future's bright. Brandon Ingram's going to be something special. All right, he's starting to get to 20 consistently now. All right, later on it's going to be 23, 24, 25. Next thing you know, he's going to be MVP candidate. Right? I see him with that kind of potential. That's why I haven't wanted to trade him. People always ask me, would you trade him for Booker? I'm like, no. He has more tools than Booker. Has the ability to be better defensively. He's longer. He's athletic. He can get to the rack at will. He can do things that Booker can't. The only thing Booker has over him right now is scoring. But that's eventually going to come for Brandon. And when he's starting to realize that he's unstoppable going to the rack. His mid-range, I don't know if you guys have noticed, his mid-range has been falling consistently now, right? Even when they're contested. Therefore, when his confidence is up, the defense is going to be on their toes. They're not going to know if he's going to pull up or if he's going to take it inside or if he's going to play make. And that's when he's going to be a star player for us, when he has the defense on their toes. Right now, they know he's going to drive, so they try to take away from him. Impressive part is, even though they're trying to take it away from him, they can't. He's still hooping, man. He's still giving them their all. So that's the impressive part, man. And I'm happy. Dan, why does everyone have to give 110 while Alonzo is getting away with giving only 40%? I feel for Kuzma. I don't know that he's, giving us only 40%. There was a lot of plays where he was hustling on the boards, tapping into teammates. He does a lot for us, man. You can't really ask too much from a rookie. He's given us more than what I expected he was going to give us. Not offensively, but overall. I didn't know he was such a great rebounder. What a pleasant surprise. Guy's averaging 7 rebounds for a point guard. That's in the Russell Westbrook territory, man. And he's also a better defender than I thought. So you can't really be that man. Dan, why do Luke keep taking out the point guard? He has these strict, horrific rotations that are just set. And he doesn't like to alter them. I don't know why. If it's not working, you got to throw it away. It is what it is, man. At this point, we know who Luke Walton is. He gets pissed because Luke takes him out when he tears it up. Oh, you're talking about Alonzo? Yeah, man. I didn't like the fact that he got subbed out when he was hitting shots. Oh, well. Oh, my God. Here we go again with the, let's trade Ingram. Stop it, guys. Be better than that. Yeah, man, you can't trade Ingram. Ingram is an untouchable for a reason, and he's living up to the hype. Second season. First season, okay, I'll give it to him. Maybe he was more raw. He didn't live up to the hype that fans expect put on him. But I was still impressed in the second half with his improvement. This season, he's living up to the hype, straight up. Like, he's on the map. Once C.J. McCollum and all these other stars start noticing you, that's when you're on the map. Start giving him props, respect. Lonzo's going to get there soon as well. Kuzma's already there. Rookie of the month. There's not much you can ask for, man. Anyways, guys, I'm glad to talk to you guys tonight, man. I feel a little bit better even though we lost. Tough loss. Got another one tomorrow. Hopefully we bounce back, man. We are now officially, I think, 6 games in the 500. Shouldn't really be there, but it is what it is at this point. We got to embrace the upside, and we got to embrace the young players who have been playing great. If you want to bash the vets. They haven't been consistent at all. Like, other than Corey Brewer. Corey Brewer's been our only consistent veteran all season long. So, therefore, you know, I praise him. Everybody else you can bash. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe. All the likes you guys leave on my videos, they help bring new subscribers. So, I appreciate all the support, guys. Keep it up. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully, we're talking Lakers victory. So, peace out and have a great night, Laker Nation.